Well, you could ask about how they got to the contest, or have you done that?
We sort of. I guess they were the best in class, right?
Yeah. That was way back. You were talking about mid 2009, weren't you?
Yeah, this time last year.
Yeah. So since 2009, there's been sort of the application that went in November, and then the and the shortlisting.
Yeah. So what really happened was we didn't actually. I guess we didn't push the project itself. It was pushed by our lecturer at the time, Roy Fleetwood. He's now working in Cambridge, in England. He passed the project on to our then head of school, Gordon Holden, and I believe he passed the project on, but I'm not quite sure of those details, to Bob, who then kind of got the balls rolling, and from there it was sending the proposal to the States, the US Department of Energy, and then went to do a schematic conceptual design phase, where we built a 1:50 scale model.
Yep, we just saw that. Yeah, got photos through the door. So,
but there was a further phase where, after being approved for, being once selected in the final 20, where we then had to prepare quite a comprehensive document. So you can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so you were involved in preparing that document then, were you? That went to the DOE?
Yeah.
How did that work between the four?
It was basically further documenting our conceptual design. So taking what we've done and describing all the technologies and all the systems, so that DOE could have an understanding of exactly what we're up to for this workshop. So they could give us some feedback before we carry on.
Okay,
and those are the displays that are currently in the National Building Museum.
So have you had feedback at this point from them, or you're waiting for that? Okay.
We'll find out tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'd like to know now is what the solar houses. What do they have in them that makes them a solar house? And what was your vision? Maybe either of you.
Well, as the title suggests, primarily driven by solar technologies, so using both active and passive technologies, active being solar panels on the roof and all the electrical systems, and passive being using solar gains through the sun and glass.
Yeah, the daylighting and things, yeah, right.
Daylighting and all those things. So they are driven by those. I think we are looking to take a more holistic approach, so looking at the whole running of the house, further past solar, so grey water recycling and collection.
Oh, you've got grey water recycling. I noticed that. I don't see any low-flow toilets there, but I just saw toilets. But
isn't everybody saying much the same thing when it comes to, it's solar, it's active, it's passive, it's whatever. So what is it about your design that makes it stand out?
I think we've tried as much as possible to take quite an integrated approach to our design, so we've identified the solar aspect of it as almost a separate identity to the house, so we've created a solar canopy of our house, which houses the solar panels and provides shading for that passive element of the house.
So that canopy is above the actual house?
So the canopy's, it's above the canopy.
Okay, yeah, well, it's hard to tell from that little, model. And what other things have you got into it then? You got the panels, you got the design. Can you tell me?
In terms of technologies?
Yeah, some of the technology.
We've tried to keep it fairly user-friendly, and because they've got the new affordability category in the contest, using products that are available and reliable and things that can maintain the thermal comfort of the house, provide you hot water and all these things, but at a reasonable cost. The thing that I think sets our house apart is we really aim to get focus on the social aspects of living and how that can be combined with technologies. So it was about the New Zealand way of life, about living outdoors and how you can bring that inside and all these kind of things. And also educating the home users of their energy consumption, so they can better tune their lifestyles to what the environment's doing and what energy is being produced.
That's very good. So, any recycled materials or anything like that? I was wondering if your wood could have been recycled, but you're just using, what kind of wood is it that you think you're going to use?
We've currently got just macrocarpa, which is a native local timber.
Okay, so using local materials, right?
Local material.
Local material, yeah.
But at this stage, there's a wide there's scope for the introduction of recycled materials in our cladding and in our deck.
You can still
There's
decide.
some opportunity for that.
Yeah, right.
It's the structure we're using, engineered beams and stuff that.
Oh, okay.
Recycled by
Engineered wood
producers.
beams. Yeah, right. So, yes. That's for Dan, because Dan's very interested in that. Put my the chair.
Just because we have to take it apart and put it back together so many times.
Right. So,
And
what
there's
about
accuracies.
yeah? What about its application in North America? Is that sort of something you think of or not? Are you doing it more for a New Zealand sort of?
You define your own clients, so we've defined it as a New Zealand
Yeah.
client,
Okay.
but it's definitely adoptable in the US.
Maybe the southern US. Or I was asking Bob about like insulation, because the big thing with us is, high insulation, so you don't use too much,
Yeah.
heating, that sort of thing. So what about something like that?
Yeah, it'll be highly insulated. It's high performance building, so high R values in all our building envelope. It's a strategy for reducing energy consumption for heating and cooling as well.
So within New Zealand, would it apply to both North and South Island?
Yeah.
Sea level right up to mountain,
Up to Queenstown.
up to Queenstown, Arrowtown and higher, the top of the Crown Range.
But also, I guess the other thing that separates us is using natural ventilation. So openable doors and openable windows to ventilate the house, rather than using an active system like a HVAC system, heat pump.
Right. There you'd have trouble in Canada, but you don't open the windows for 6 months of the year.
But he's given you the solution for that already.
Right, yeah. All right.